I am your host, Roy Cruz, one of the education counselors of Kanata. And here is Francis, also one of the education counselors of Kanata. He will be presenting Kanata as an agency and how can we help in your application in going to study in Canada. And we are joined here by our representatives from our school partners, Renzo from Centennial College and Ina from Fanshawe College. So let's start our info session. Renzo?
Thank you, Roy. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Ayan, lahat siguro tayo is galing pa sa work. So I'll just start right away. So share ko muna yung presentation ko. Ayan. So hello, everyone. My name is Renzo, and I'm the Philippine Marketing Assistant for Centennial College. And on behalf of the Centennial College community, I would like to welcome you all to get to know us better. So first, let's talk about saan muna kami sa Canada. So bago tayo mag-start, no, sana aware lahat that this is for study pathway papuntang Canada, no? Baka mamaya nag-expect yung pa sa Australia or New Zealand. So una pa lang, I want to let everyone know that this is for Canada. Okay, so we are located in Ontario, which is the most populous province in Canada. Okay, and Centennial College is the first and one of the largest publicly funded college in Ontario, which gives us the funds and experience to provide the state-of-the-art facilities, excellent teaching, and industry partnerships for our students. And we are specifically located in Toronto, which is the financial capital of Canada. So anong financial capital? Ito po yung kumbaga pinakamayaman na city or may madaming income na nakukuha compared with any other city sa isang bansa. So here in the Philippines, we have Makati. Sa Amerika naman, we have New York as financial capital. So pagdating sa Canada naman, Toronto, so definitely there's gonna be a lot of job opportunities waiting for you after you graduate. And Toronto is also, in fact, the number one fastest growing tech hub in North America. And because of this, the city has created more jobs than the San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. combined back in 2019. And Toronto is also considered to be the most multicultural city in the world. In fact, 50% of the population living in Toronto are foreign-born residents or born outside Canada, with over 250 ethnicities present in the city at the moment. And especially at Centennial College, it will be a culturally diverse experience for you since we have students from over 150 countries currently enrolled. So you'll definitely meet different people from different countries as well. And we also have the most number of Filipino international students compared with any other institution. So definitely you can hang out with your fellow kababayans, or if maka-word kayo na mahirapan kayo mag-adjust, then that's not going to be the case since definitely meron kayong kaklase na Filipino if you study at Centennial College. Now for accommodations naman, we do have our own dormitory, which is in the same campus as our main campus. Ayan, so ito yung map namin, yung location ng Centennial Place, which is in the same campus again as our main campus. So if you're interested to stay at Centennial Place, you might want to visit centennial-place.ca for more information. It costs at least 1,000 Canadian dollars per month, so medyo mahal siya compared sa off-campus accommodation. So at least may choice naman tayo. If interested to stay, pwede pa rin tayo maghanap ng ibang accommodation. So speaking of off-campus accommodation, you might want to join this Facebook group, which is facilitated by our faculty members na nasa Canada. Okay, so just to clarify, yung mga homeowners and yung mga landlords nyo dyan is not part with Centennial. So, but if they're able to post their own listings dyan, ibig sabihin they have been background checked by our faculty. For example, if accessible ba yung location ng accommodation nyo papunta sa school, like wala bang problems sa transportation, as well as acceptable ba yung living conditions compared sa price range nila, as well as friendly ba to and safe sa international students. So if you're interested in off-campus accommodation, you might want to check Centennial College Student Housing Services sa Facebook. And it costs at least 400 hanggang 900 Canadian dollars per month. So medyo may flexibility tayo sa price range. Depende na rin if you have specific listings or may specific demands kayo, syempre, mag-adjust yung price depende doon. Now get ready to explore our campuses. We have five campuses scattered across the Greater Toronto area, which is Progress Campus, our main campus, Ashtonby Campus, Downsview Campus, Morningside Campus, as well as Story Art Center. And for locations naman of our map, and very accessible. Now we are within the city limits. We are within Toronto. So definitely hindi kayo magkakaproblema sa transportation since 24 hours naman ang transportation services within the city. And so again, we have 5 campuses. Yung main campus namin is Progress Campus, and each campus houses specific schools. Para hindi na po tayo palipat-lipat ng campus during our study. So kung saan po tayo naka-assign na campus, doon na po tayo hanggang graduate. Now, we have 7 academic schools, which is School of Advancement, the Business School, School of Communication, Media Arts and Design, School of Community and Health Studies, School of Engineering, Technology and Applied Science, School of Hospitality, Tourism and Culinary Arts, and finally, our School of Transportation. And at Centennial College, we have over 200 full-time programs that are eligible for postgraduate work permit. So definitely, madaming programs para sa lahat, and I'm pretty confident na merong program for each and every one. So it includes certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, degree, as well as graduate certificate that promotes experiential learning with laboratory instruction, co-op education, industry work placements, and applied research opportunities that also offer Canadian work experience and provide eligibility for designations from Canadian professional associations. Ngayon, yung mga programs lang na hindi eligible for postgraduate work permit is yung English learning programs, as well as yung online exclusive programs, which is halata naman kasi naka-indicate na mismo sa program name na online ito. Now, first, let's talk about our School of Business. Now, for School of Business, it is located sa Progress Campus. Now, we have programs in the field of accounting and finance, like business accounting. We also have one in marketing, like marketing management, as well as business leadership and management, like global business management. Law and court services, we have law clerk. I believe we have three programs under in the same field as law and court services. For office administration, you can actually browse through para mahanap yung specialization, as well as supply chain and operations management. Now, before I discuss more details about our schools, clarify ko lang po na ang showcase ko lang is yung field nila and hindi yung specific programs, since madami kaming programs that we offer to our international students. So at least meron tayong gist kung meron ba sa field natin yung program na balak natin. Next is for hospitality, tourism, and culinary arts. Now this is also in our Progress Campus. So baking and pastry arts, we also have culinary arts, hospitality management, tourism management, as well as events management. Next is our engineering, technology, and applied science. Now, ito naman, it's usually in different campuses depending sa facility na kailangan nila. Now, for advanced manufacturing, system automation, as well as information technology, networking, and software engineering, this will be located on Progress Campus. Now, for aerospace naman, ito is located sa Downsview Campus. For biological, environmental, and food sciences, sa Morningside Campus naman ito. Now, next is for communication, media, arts, and design. Now, for this program, for this school, you will be located at our Story Arts Center campus. So we have advertising, marketing, and public relations, arts, animation, and design, media communications and writing, as well as music, dance, and theater arts. So yung mga graduates ng multimedia arts or yung mass communication, we have programs under in the same field of broadcasting, publishing, as well as digital marketing na available sa atin. So for more information, much better magpa-consult tayo mamaya sa Kanata, agents sa Kanata, as well as leave your questions sa Q&A for us to discuss later on. Next naman is our community and health studies. Ayan, so this is located sa Morningside campus again. And we have programs such as early child education program, personal support worker, and pharmacy technician. Now, we offer practical nursing as well as medical technician programs. However, regulated ng government na hindi siya available sa international students. So if you're planning to take practical nursing program, make sure to consult with your education counselor para magawan nila ng education pathway. And usually naman kailangan mo maging permanent resident para makapag-apply. And as well as for pharmacy technician program, yan lang po yung program namin na hindi namin ma-waive yung IELTS. So for pharmacy technician, required po tayo mag-take ng IELTS academic, and yung IELTS score is 6.5 average and no band score lower than 6.0. Next is for School of Transportation. We have aircraft and avionics and pilot programs. Ayan, so this will be located at our Downsview campus. Ngayon, for pilot programs, it is already available for Filipino international students. I'm sorry, for international students, however, hindi pa siya fully available for Filipino international students dahil meron isang requirements na hindi makukuha pag nasa Philippines ka. So unless you have that, you can actually apply, but for now, hindi po siya available. We're currently talking with them para magawa ng paraan. So for 2025, we're expecting na available siya for international students pati yung final. We also have automotive and motorcycle programs, heavy duty, truck and coach. Ayan, yung mga interested sa mga welding programs, nasa Ashimi campus naman kayo. So for more information, leave your questions na lang later sa chat box para masagot natin mamaya. Now we also have School of Advancement for General Arts and Sciences, liberal arts, academic and career preparation, as well as pre-health programs. Now, meron kaming pre-health programs as well as foundation programs. However, hindi po siya available sa most of our students kasi nire-recommend lang namin siya sa mga medyo hindi po masasa review ng admissions team namin pag submitin ng application. So, much better na maghanap muna tayo ng ibang programs and nire-recommend naman sa inyo ng admissions team kapag medyo yun nga, hindi tayo nakapasa sa review nila. Now, starting 2023, available na po ang 1+1 graduate programs. So para makapag-apply, first is dapat yung program is a postgraduate and dapat yung programs mo is relevant to each other. Okay, so hindi po tayo pwede mag-take ng postgraduate sa medicine tapos meron tayong postgraduate sa hospitality. Medyo mahirap po makita ng admissions team namin yung relevancy. So mas usually dapat relevant sila sa isa. So if we're going to take a postgraduate program sa business school, dapat yung isang postgraduate natin is under pa rin ng business school. Now, yung eligible lang again is for postgraduate programs as well as yung hindi kailangan ng program admission sessions which is naka-indicate naman din sa website or i-advise naman din sa inyo ng magiging consultant nyo sa Kanata. Now, pag nakapasa kayo sa 1+1 graduate programs, pasok na kayo kagad sa loyalty scholarship opportunity that can save up to 2,000 Canadian dollars. So, 1,000 Canadian dollars to per program nyo. So, if since 1+1 to, you can actually get up to 2,000 Canadian dollars. You just need to meet your minimum. You just need to meet the requirements, which is for your first semester na first program, dapat 3.3 yung GPA para makuha yung 1,000 CAD for your second semester. Ganon din pagdating ng second program natin, first semester 3.3 GPA para makuha yung 1,000 CAD sa second semester. So a total of 2,000 Canadian dollars can be received as a scholarship fund. Now get ready to be involved as well since we also have extracurricular activities available to our international students. So for example, we have soccer or football, basketball, baseball, as well as intramurals and extramural leagues as well. So you commonly ask questions, sir, pag varsity ba ako, pasok na ba ako sa scholarship? The answer can be yes and no. Kasi you have to study for at least 1 year muna bago makapag-apply ng scholarships. And for you to apply scholarship po, may sasagutin na tayong survey. So if varsity kayo, lalagay nyo dun sa survey na varsity. So depende if meron pang available scholarships and naging available pa siya sa inyo, then you can actually apply for it. Pero again, you have to study for at least 1 year muna sa Centennial College bago makapag-apply for scholarships. Now, let's talk about our requirements na lang muna. So first is for all curriculum and K-12 graduates, magkaiba po, slightly. Okay, so for post-secondary programs, pag old curriculum po, hindi na po kailangan ng resume for most programs. Now, few programs will require to have a resume para mahanap yung relevancy ng work experience sa program of choice. So we have high school diploma in TOR, college diploma in TOR, a copy of passport, as well as English proficiency test results. Ngayon po, if you're graduate po kayo ng college, kailangan pa rin po natin ng high school documents for all curriculum. Okay, so kahit may masters na po tayo, kailangan pa rin natin mag-submit ng high school documents. Okay, kasama na rin yung college requirements. And then yung resume naman for post-secondary, depende na lang. Okay. If mas relevant siya sa if mas relevant yung work experience mo sa program, then mas maganda i-submit din natin para tumaas yung chance ng eligibility natin sa program. Pagdating naman sa postgraduate, required na po ng resume. Now, at least 2 years of relevant work experience po required para maging eligible sa postgraduate. Pero again, subject to review pa din ang admission system namin. Pag K-12 graduate naman tayo, you can actually apply by just submitting your senior high school document. Okay, so hindi na kailangan ng high school document, hindi nyo na kailangan ng college diploma in TOR, you can just submit your senior high school document and TOR para makapag-apply for post-secondary program. So ganun pa rin yung resume natin. If meron tayong relevant work experience sa program natin, then better to submit it as well. Pagdating naman sa postgraduate for K-12 applicants naman, kailangan na po natin ng bachelor's degree, kailangan graduate na tayo ng college, and most of our programs will require to have a work experience of at least 2 years pa din. Ayan. So at least aware tayo kung ano mga kailangan. So probably nakapag-screenshot na tayo, but I'll give 5 seconds again para makapag-screenshot yung iba para aware na siya sa mga requirements. Okay, now for Filipino international students or for those who have studied here in the Philippines, we can actually waive your English proficiency test results if you can submit your letter of English as a medium of instruction from both high school and college. Okay, so for old curriculum, since you'll be submitting your high school documents, make sure to submit your high school letter of medium of instruction as well. So yung simplify lang natin to. If you're going to submit a document from an institution, dapat meron tayong medium of instruction from that same institution para i-acknowledge ng admissions team natin yung sinabit yung document. So for example, if magsasubmit din kayo ng uh, diploma in transcript of records during your masters, dapat meron tayong MOI para i-acknowledge siya ng admissions team natin. For tuition fees naman, it's usually around 17,000 Canadian dollars hanggang 19,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year or 2 semesters, parehong post-secondary or postgraduate. Tumataas lang po ang yearly natin kapag 3 semesters tayo per year. So, siguro nasa 8,000 to 9,000 Canadian dollars yung per semester namin. And depende kung ilang sem per year, tumataas siya. Pero most of our programs, nasa 17,000 hanggang 19,000 lang. Since konti lang naman, most of our programs naman is 2 semesters lang per year. Now get ready to lead as we are the #1 college for graduate satisfaction in Greater Toronto area with 92% employer satisfaction rate. Ayan. So we have more than 1,000 pathways to further education. So for students who are still planning to attain higher educational credentials, pwede po tayo magpa-consult sa education consultants natin para mabigyan tayo ng pathway. So meron tayong, like for example, bibigyan nila kayo ng mga list kung saan kayo pwede po mag-aral or mabigyan ng referral para matulungan namin kayo bigyan ng referral para makapag-apply sa isang university as well. And we also have over 1,500 industry-leading partners who shape our curriculum. So we have professional companies and corporations like Google, Samsung, and Ford na kasama namin sa pagbuo ng curriculum nyo. So definitely once yung mga subjects na matututunan nyo during your study at Centennial College is yung kailangan talaga nila sa mga fresh grad. So so definitely work ready tayo after you graduate. And we are rated #1 in Canada as well as #4 globally for employability. Ayan. So speaking of our industry partners, we are sila din is part of our program advisory committee since sila ay tumutulong sa paggawa ng curriculum. So for example, we have Google, Samsung, as well as Ford. We also have Facebook. So other than that, you can actually have a chance to work with them and maybe even get a field placement or even better, get a job for a specific company. So you just need to visit our employment services, which I will discuss later on naman. Now, from 2013 hanggang 2019, we have been the #1 choice for international student all over the globe for 6 years in a row. Since also, syempre, nagkaroon ng pandemic, so medyo na-close yung borders, but currently, we're proud to say that we are #1 here in Philippines at the moment. So starting since 2021 po and even 2022 batches, kami po may pinakamadaming applications ng Filipino compared with any other institutions. So for this year, for last year, for January, May, and September 2022 intakes, a total of 2,393 students yung napadala namin na currently nag-aaral doon ngayon. So for this year, we're expecting na magdoble ito. So para makasecure tayo ng seat natin, make sure to consult with Kanata para at least makapag-submit tayo ng documents for 2024 intakes. Ayan. So now get ready to feel supported as we also have the tools and services that we provide to our international students na magagamit yun talaga. And so for example, for immigration, we have international advising team with the registered Canadian immigration consultant that can assist you when it comes to your visa concerns. So for study permit extension, postgraduate work permit application, and even your permanent residency application po, pwede po tayo magpa-consult sa kanila, and again, it's for free. For your health insurance, kasama na po ito sa tuition fee natin. And if you're going to travel with your dependents po, you can actually visit the office sa campus nyo para mag-inquire kung paano isama sa insurance yung dependents nyo. Now, for settling in Canada, we have to choose, we have two service na in-avail, which is for in-campus dormitory, which is through centennial-plus.ca. And then for off-campus naman, we have our Facebook group naman. And then for new students, we'll be sending the welcome links as well as yung mga steps and mga dapat yung malaman during your application as well as papunta na tayong Canada. And then for our employment services naman, we can assist you with your part-time job and full-time job. So you can visit them if you need assistance. If you need assistance when it comes to getting a job. So again po, they will only assist you like providing a list of companies as well as kung ano yung mga job opportunities available. So hindi po tayo maghahanap ng work natin. Baka mag-expect tayo na pag-graduate natin, bibigyan tayo ng work. Tayo pa rin po yung maghahanap, but the school can assist with that as well. Ayan. So dito rin papasok yung partners namin. If you want to work with a specific company and nalaman nyo ng partner namin sila, much better to consult with our employment services para malaman if hiring sila. Now, most of our students, pag meron sila specific company na gusto pasukan, tapos let's just say hindi sila hiring, usually yung ginagawa nila is napapatulong sila sa employment service na mag-submit for volunteer. And usually na-absorb talaga sila after 6 months. Usually within 6 months na-absorb sila. So at least meron tayong flexibility if meron tayong specific company na gusto pasukan. If wala naman, at least meron pa rin tayong choices of companies na alam natin kung ano yung hiring. So kasama po dito is yung part-time job at yung full-time job. And then if you have any problems when it comes to academic when it comes to academic, for example, nahihirapan kayo, pwede po kayo mag-visit sa education counselors, success advisors, or yung program coordinator nyo po para malink kayo sa free tutoring namin, which is 1 hour per day and total of 4 hours per week. If hindi kayo comfortable sa tutoring, pwede naman kayo gawa ng study group. Usually, meron na tayong mga existing study group, so di papasok na lang nila tayo doon. Now, the only thing that we do not really help with is with your initial study permit application, which is from Philippines or from any other countries papunta dun sa Canada. Now, that is why we have partners like Kanata that can assist you to make sure na mas mapadali yung process natin during your school application and pati yung study permit application natin. So for more details, much better to leave your questions sa chat box para sagutin natin later on and consult with your agent sa Canada na lang din. Now, before I leave you, we have exclusive deal with Philippine Airlines. Ayan, so actually hindi siya exclusive deals kasi may mga schools na partner na rin to. Ayan, so you just need to submit your letter of approval and study permit to pr_pal.com.ph. I'm sorry, pr_corporate@pal.com.ph, and you'll be eligible to receive a promo code. Okay, so if you're traveling with your spouse and dependents, a maximum of 2 companions can also be included in the discount fare. You just need to submit your proof of relationship along with the requirements. So usually, ang binibigyan nilang discount code is 5 to 10%, pero malaking bagay pa rin since alam naman natin na medyo mahal ngayon ang flight ticket papuntang Canada. So if you're planning to study if you're planning to fly next year or kahit sa 2024, I'm sorry, hanggang 2023 pa pala to, pero we're expecting na ma-extend to partnership. So at least meron tayong idea. Now, if we're going to apply through Canada, and aware pa rin sila sa mga deals namin. So, ayun yung mga advantage if you're going to apply through Kanata para malink nila, malaman nyo kung ano yung mga available deals na magagamit nyo as an international student. So if you have any questions and concerns, much better na i-leave natin sa chat box, or you can contact me through the details naman that you see right now. So before I finish my presentation, I just want to play a video from Centennial College before I give you to the next presenter. Okay? Ayan. So again, everyone, thank you for listening and stay tuned para malaman dami tayong matutunan pagdating sa papuntang Canada with Kanata during our question and answer portion. So, and thank you, everyone.
Alright. get an education. Get the technical and life skills that will get you ready for anything.
Okay, thank you so much, Renzo, for that informational or detailed presentation with Centennial College. Now we will move on with Ina from Fanshawe College. Ina, you there? Yeah, hi.
Hello, okay, give me 1 second. All
Sure.
right. Can you guys see my screen? Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
Ina.
Ina.
Okay. All right. Sige. So thank you so much, Kanata, and also hi, Renzo, and also for our viewers today in Zoom, and also I think we're live stream as well. So good evening, everyone. You are in a good place today because you are hearing the top two schools in Canada for Filipino students. So aside from Centennial College, I am Ina, the representative of Fanshawe, and I will be talking about our school, the programs that we offer, and also the student benefits that you will receive if you are an international student at Fanshawe. So let me start with introducing to you Fanshawe College. So Fanshawe is located in London City, so in the province of Ontario. So we are one of the largest cities in the province. In terms of our proximity to to Toronto Airport, which is the main entry point of our students, we're actually 2 hours away. But if you don't have relatives or friends who can pick you up in the airport, going to London City for your accommodation, do not worry because we have a free arrival service for all of our international students coming to Canada for the first time. So I'll be discussing that further later on. And in terms of our student population, we have 22,000 full-time students and 7,500 of them are international, representing 104 different countries. So as you know, Canada never closed their borders to international students, even during the pandemic. So since 2020, even in the height of the pandemic, Philippines actually ranked the second biggest market or country in the international student population of Fanshawe. So if you are trying to look for a program in Canada outside GTA, London City is a great place for you. And Fanshawe College, we have a lot of Filipino students who are already in our campus and also in London City. So you will not feel alone. You will meet a lot of Filipinos or fellow kababayans in our campus, probably in your program as well. And also, they are bringing their families and also yung spouse nila to Canada while they're studying. In terms of how we deliver our programs, we do practice experiential learning, and we are very pro at that one because even during development of the curriculum of the program, kasama namin yung industry partners um, to make sure that whatever skills and whatever knowledge that they are looking for their potential employee, kasama na siya sa delivery ng programs namin. And also in terms of experiential learning, one of our best practices is that we have a lot of programs with co-op and placement. So ano ba tong co-op and placement na most likely you have already encountered when you are searching international studies in Canada. So co-op and placement, they are very much present in many of our programs. For placement, it's actually shorter in terms of duration. For example, you are a student in early childhood education, which is one of the most popular programs for Filipino students. So as early as your second semester until your last semester or your fourth semester, meron kayong placement that is included in your semester. So for example, aside from your academic classes, you have spent several hours in a daycare or in a basic or secondary school for your placement. And also for placement, it's not usually paid. However, it will really depend on your employer or the organization that you're in if they will give you allowances or incentives, such as those students who are enrolled in our culinary or hospitality programs. So they would have placement dun sa mga programs na yun. And usually sa mga industries where they are going into, nagbibigay sila ng allowances and incentives for their students, even if placement lang siya. So those are placement. Again, it's very much present in many of our programs. The other one would be co-op. Co-op is actually longer in terms of duration. So minimum is 4 months, the maximum is 8 months. And for co-op, it's usually it's usually done in between second and third semester or towards the latter portion of your program. And it's not coinciding with any of your academic classes. So it's like you working full time a corporate job. So, for example, for co-op, we will help you both co-op and placement. Rather, we will help you in terms of finding the right employer who can you go to for placement, and also meron kaming mga preparation so that you would have you've set a right expectation for your co-op and placement, and also kailangan naman makita kung meron kayong co-op work permit before you start your program, start your placement or your co-op in the industry. Basically, these are co-op and placement. And if ever, let's say, the program that you want to study in Fanshawe College doesn't have co-op or placement, people will say, ano yun, lugi naman kami. The answer is no, because aside from co-op and placement, we have a lot of experiential learning opportunities for you in the program, such as we have case-based analysis approach within the delivery of our subject. Meron din kayong opportunities for portfolio development, especially if you are into music, arts, media, and design programs. Meron kayong part ng program na specifically for portfolio development. We also have a lot of mentorship going on, and in your program, meron kayong mga capstone projects. And even just a normal subject or just a normal course in your program, yung mga professors namin, even if it's part-time or full-time professors, they're also industry professionals. So they may also give you reference checks when you apply for a job later on. So basically, at the end of the day, we want you to be job ready by the time you finish your program in Fanshawe College. So in terms of the campuses that we have, so we are again located in London City, which is 2 hours away from Toronto Airport. So in London City, we have several campuses offering different types of programs. So majority of our programs is actually located in London main campus or in Oxford Street. If you are into automotive program, we have the Center of Applied Transportation Technology or the Z Building. If you are into aviation, we have the Aviation Center, which is right beside London International Airport. A few minutes away from our main campus is our downtown campuses. So we have 2 buildings specifically for science students. So the first building is for the School of Digital and Performing Arts, and then the other one is the School of Culinary, Tourism, and Hospitality. The furthest campus within London is the Sam campus. It's relatively smaller compared to the other campuses, but because it's only for international students who are enrolled in several graduate certificate programs in business. But if ever you are in London South or in Aviation campus or in downtown, you still have access to the main campus, wherein you can go for the fitness and gym, and also dun sa mga, if you want to book an appointment with our international office, nandun siya lahat. So all of the student services that you have access to, it's actually in the main campus. Then outside London, we have regional campuses. So we have St. Thomas, Woodstock, and Simcoe. If you have relatives in Toronto and you want to study in our Toronto campus in partnership with ILAC, you can also apply in our Toronto campus. But if ever you're one of the many international students, especially Filipinos who are going to Canada, taking a risk, taking advantage of the opportunities in Canada for international students, you might want to stay in London because of its affordable lifestyle and quality of education that we provide to you as well. So these are just the campuses that we have. In terms of the programs we offer, so we have 200 plus programs across 17 areas of study. So based on the Filipino applications that we are receiving, usually they study a program that is very much related to their work experience or based on their education back in college. So we have many students in business, community studies and education, culinary arts, health sciences, information technology, nursing, science and engineering, and tourism, hospitality, and recreation. However, we have seen increased number of students as well studying aviation, construction, design and arts, media, and also in transportation. So I hope that the program that you have on your mind right now that you want to pursue in Canada, we have it in Fanshawe College. And also for the credentials that you can finish at Fanshawe, we have degree programs, post-secondary certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, and also graduate certificate programs. So if this is a lot of information for you, that's fine. But in my next slide, I will show you how you can further narrow down your choice of program based on the credentials and also the postgraduate opportunities for you. So for Filipino students, we understand that we were a bit late to transition to K-12. So there are a lot of students as well who only finished grade 10 or fourth year in college using the old curriculum and they never pursued college. So if you're in that specific category, we can still accept you in Fanshawe College. So if you are grade 10, old curriculum, wala kayong college, or nag-start kayo ng college pero hindi siya tapos, you are in this category. So here, we can accept you in Fanshawe, but you have to take 1 year general arts and science before you can continue to any 1 to 3 year post-secondary program. So bakit nyo kailangan ng general arts? Because you are missing at least 2 years in college that you need dun sa the basic admission requirements namin for international students. You can only be exempted from general arts if you were able to complete at least 2 years in an associate degree from an academic institution, or if you able to complete at least 72 units or 2 years in college. So if, for example, nag-start kayo ng college, nag-drop out kayo ng third year, may pursue yung thesis niyo, as long as we see in your POR that you're able to complete 72 units in college, you can be exempted from general art. You can proceed to any post-secondary program. So some people might ask, what if my funds can only accommodate 2 years in college and 2 years in Canada because high school graduate ako, old curriculum? Ano naman yun? So we actually have a lot of OFWs who are pursuing Canada for better opportunities and ganun din yung credentials nila. So they have studied general arts, which is a requirement for them based on credential. And if you only have funds for 2 years of international studies in Canada, since general arts is a requirement, you can proceed to any 1 year post-secondary certificate programs such as PSW, welding techniques, electrical techniques, office admin general, culinary skills, and many more na 1 year. So it's like a 1+1, but still meron pa rin kayong postgraduate opportunity. The second category would be, I think, would apply to majority of you who are tuning in today. So you both have school and college graduates. Some of you might have master's or PhD already, but you are still in this category. So here you have more flexibility in terms of choosing a program. So depende na lang yan how long you plan to study and also your program of interest. And then the last one will be K-12 graduates. So if you are a K-12 student right now, or you are a parent and you want to send your kid to Canada, it's early and your student, your kid, or anyone from senior high school, as long as you finish grade 12 first semester, you can already apply to any of our post-secondary program. Bakit? Because current seats are filled very easily. So as much as possible, as long as you finish your first semester of grade 12, you can already apply to Fanshawe and secure a seat. Conditional din yung magiging LOA mo kasi wala ka pang full POR when wala pang diploma. But at least you're able to secure a seat and you can continue with your study permit application. Because most likely you'll be finishing around June or May or June, and it's too late already if dun ka pala mag-apply if you want to study in September 2023. So, based on the credentials that you have right now and the program that you wish to study in Canada, specifically in Fanshawe College, if you finish a 1 year program, you may be eligible to up to 1 year PGWP. If you study at least a 2 year program, you may be eligible to up to 3 year post-graduation work permit. So like Centennial College, if you finish any of our programs, you are eligible for PGWP. Even our preparatory courses like general arts and science. Some people might think it's just a waste of money. No, it's considered as a full-time program in Fanshawe. So if you complete 1 year general arts and science plus any post-secondary program, you may be eligible to up to 3 year post-graduation work permit. Also for those students who are pursuing graduate certificates in Fanshawe. So usually for graduate certificates, it's 1 year only. So if you study at least 2 1 year programs, you may be eligible for a post-graduation work permit. There. So if ever you will pursue your studies at Fanshawe College, so these are just some of the student services that you can receive. So just like Centennial, we have a partnership with Philippine Airlines, so you can also extend it to at least two dependents. And upon arrival, like I said, if you don't have relatives or friends who can pick you up in the airport, we have the Fanshawe Cares Arrival Service Program. So as soon as you have your study permit approval and also your flight details, so usually Kanata will send us an email, inform us about your approval, and we can book a transportation for you 30 days prior to the start of intake. So for transportation from Toronto Airport to your accommodation in London or any regional campuses. And if ever wala pa kayo accommodation upon arrival, you can actually check in dun sa mga partner hotels namin in London downtown, and you can get a discounted rate because you are a FAMSA student. And when you're already in Canada, if yung na kayo na makapag-keep touch with Kanata Education, we have the International Center who can help you with any program, admission, and student immigration related concerns. And also for academic assistance, we have the Learning Center. So please do not hesitate to reach out to the Learning Center if ever you have any concerns or you need any assistance in terms of your academics, your classes. And dun sa programs ninyo, meron kayo program coordinator and academic advisor. So they know everything about your program, kilala din nila yung mga professors ninyo. So I think that you're not really doing well in terms of yung classes ninyo, might as well reach out to them so that they can help you. And last but not the least, we have the Career and Employment Service Center. So it's your one-stop access to everything that you need to know about job readiness and employment in Canada. So we do have workshops all year round and activities as well. So please participate in those activities and also the career fair. And the good thing about this Career and Employment Service Center, even if you finished your program at Fanshawe College, meron kaming dashboard that is regularly updated. And this dashboard, you have access to it 5 years after graduation. So if let's say you moved to a different city or you stayed in London, you still have access to that dashboard na makikita mga job opportunities for you that you can apply to pursue your career. So again, this is just highlight of the student services that you can enjoy if you are an international student at Fanshawe College. So in terms of tuition living expenses, program tuition and fees for 1 year or equivalent to 2 semesters, we have 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars. So our tuition fee changes every academic year, same with other institutions in Canada. And if you are an international student, you are required to pay your tuition fee first semester tuition fee in full before the start of class. So in terms of program tuition fees, so included yung tuition fee ninyo if you're a full-time London student, kasama na yung bus pass. So ano yung bus pass? If you're familiar with B card, yung ID niya sa Fanshawe, it will serve as your bus pass. So you just need to tap it every time you ride a bus. And it's not just limited to the bus routes going to the campus. You can use your bus pass going to your part-time job, going to the supermarket, going to the pharmacy, spending some time with your friend, going to the downtown area. So anywhere, 24/7, even on holidays and weekends, you can use it. You can use your bus pass as long as you're a full-time London Fanshawe student. So that will actually be a good way for you to save enough money for your living expenses. Also, you don't have to think about any additional expenses for medical because part of your tuition fee included na yung health insurance ninyo. So that includes consultations, hospitalization, even procedures, pati yung dental and vision nyo kasama dun sa insurance. For books and other expenses, it's not part of your tuition fee, but it ranges from 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. And dependent na rin talaga yan sa program ninyo. If you are applying for a program, for example, hospitality or specifically culinary, wala kayo masyadong bibiling books, but you have to purchase a uniform that you will use in the kitchen. And you are into business or community studies or human service program, you might need a lot of books. but you have to check if you can purchase old books from previous students. So, pwede naman yan, basta exact same copy yung book na bibili ninyo. And also, we normally, during pre-departure, I always tell the student, please wait for your program orientation to finish before purchasing any books that you need. Kasi usually, may online copy naman, binibigyan ng kayo for free from your professor. So at least hindi nyo na kailangan bumili. So books and other expenses is around 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. And accommodation specifically off-campus housing, it can range from 10 to 14,000 Canadian dollars. So in terms of off-campus housing, as low as 400 to 800 Canadian dollars per month, pwede ka na makakita ng accommodation, the single bed occupancy in London. And that's inclusive of rent, utilities, and Wi-Fi already. And also, just to share with you, one of the top reasons why many Filipino students are choosing Fanshawe is because of London City's affordable accommodation. London City's accommodation is actually 40% more affordable compared to other cities in Greater Toronto area. So I understand many students planning to go to Toronto or, for example, in GTA area because they have relatives who can help them for accommodation and transportation. But if you don't have relatives or anyone and you want to go to Canada to start your new life as an international student, London City is a great place for you because you have access to good quality education in Fanshawe college. And at the same time, you won't compromise your quality of life as well and your living condition because London City offers you affordable accommodation and also job opportunities. So we're happy to say that even our students, they started in London in Fanshawe College, hindi na sila umalis sa London City because nandun, okay yung bahay nila, okay yung schooling ng mga anak nila, and meron silang job opportunities, both the spouse and also yung graduate from Fanshawe. So in terms of studying at Fanshawe, we have three main intakes. So we have fall, winter, and summer. Right now, we have few programs that are still open for fall 2023. You can now apply for all intakes in 2024 and late as winter 2020. So we don't have any specific application deadline. As long as the program is open, then you can apply for admissions and we can issue a letter of acceptance. In terms of application requirements, so these are the minimum requirements that we need from you. So if you're going to apply for a post-secondary program, you have to submit both high school and college TORs and diplomas. But if you're going to apply for a graduate certificate program, you only have to submit college TOR and diploma because on graduate certificate, ang minimum requirement nun is a completed degree in college. So if you think that your school back in high school or in college will take a while to process it, please process it now so that by the time that you will lodge your application for Fanshawe College, ready na siya. And in terms of English requirements, need any English test or certificate of medium of instruction for Filipinos, except for two programs, pharmacy tech and occupational therapy. So ito lang yung dalawang programs na nag-require ng IELTS for Filipino students. Other health sciences programs like palliative care, gerontology, PSW, healthcare admin, and in other program areas that we offer to Filipino students, hindi niya kailangan IELTS. Right now, we actually have an ongoing promo. If you apply to Kanata Education for Fanshawe College, we are going to waive your 100 application fee. So, less 4,000 na yun sa mga iisipin ninyo. And as soon as you lodge your admissions or your application with us, we can issue your letter of acceptance for 24 hours to 4 business days. So, yes, that's very fast. So as long as you have the complete documents, we can issue your LOA and you can already have a seat in our programs at Fanshawe College. So that's the end of my presentation. If you want to know more about us, feel free to check out our social media pages and also our website. And if ever you have questions, feel free to type it in the chat box and we will be answering that one, both Renzo and I, for Kanata's presentation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Ina, for that detailed presentation. Now we will move on to our presentation in Kanata by Sir Francis. So, Sir Francis.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Roy. Yes, and good evening, everyone. I am Francis, so I'm an education counselor. And also good evening to RC and Ina. So let me just share my screen. Okay. So again, I am Francis, so I'm one of the education counselors here in Kanata. And tonight I will discuss to you who we are, our services, all about becoming an international student in Canada, what are the process to become one, and the privileges and advantages you will get if you apply with our partner schools in Canada. So uh, yeah, as I mentioned, I will discuss our services and the process of becoming an international student in Canada. So we are one of the leading uh, educational agency in Manila that offers assistance to Filipinos who wants to study and live in Canada. So we have over 5 years of experience in handling school application and student visa application to Canada. And we also have direct partnership with Canadian education institutions like Fanshawe College and Centennial College that are located in the province of Ontario. So our mission is to help students to achieve their dream in Canada to study uh, by providing them free services. So we don't collect any processing fees or assistance fee when we assist your application in Canada. So again, we you will get to Canada with no extra cost. So I will discuss that more of the details later. So or- so what are the services we can offer to you? So first is we do free assessment and consultation. We also represent you on your chosen school in Canada by applying you and submitting all your documents to the school. So we also provide complete list of requirements and guidelines on how to apply for your student permit or your student visa. So let's talk about Canada. So Canada is the second largest country by land uh, with 10 provinces and in 4 regions. So yung 4 regions na yan is yung Western Canada, Atlantic Canada, Northern Canada, and Central Canada, which located yung Fanshawe College and Centennial College. So, bakit nga ba maraming pumupunta na international students in Canada? Why not choose Australia, United Kingdom, or the United States? So, Canada has an international accreditation, meaning whether you bumalik ka sa Philippines or you go anywhere, you can use your diploma you gain in Canada. So studying in Canada also is affordable. So compared to other English-speaking nations country na nag-offer ng studies, mas cheaper pa rin yung tuition fee in Canada as well as the living cost. They also have a diverse culture and society because Canada accepts or welcome international students for more than 100 nationalities. So definitely magkakaroon kayo ng mga classmates from India, from China, so South Korea, all over the world actually. So they also promotes healthy and safety environment because very low ang crime rate in Canada. So definitely, even though you don't have families living in Canada, kahit mag-isa kang pumunta doon, hindi ka mag-worry because you're safe. So they also provide exciting campus environment. They offer world-class innovative education. That's why isa ang Canada sa top options ng mga international students. So you also have a possible migration after finishing your program in Canada because hindi mo kailangan umuwi after finishing your program. And also unlimited opportunities. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga benefits of an international students in Canada? So first, while studying, you can work. So in this, you can also earn money while doing your studies. because pwede kang mag-work on campus without a without work permit, as long as you have a student permit. You can also work off campus. So gaano katagal, it really depends. So if you're a full-time student, uh, during your semester habang may pasok ka, you can work part-time or 20 hours per week. And during holiday break naman and semestral break, you can work full-time. But currently, because there's a policy that allows students to work full-time, so currently yung mga na-approve last year ng student permit, currently allowed sila mag-work full-time until matapos yung 2023. So students who enrolled in a program with co-op can also earn money by getting an allowance. And also and kasabay niyan, you can also work part-time. So ayan, during school semester, you can work part-time or 20 hours per week. Holiday break and semester break, you can work full-time. So after finishing your program in Canada, you will also get a postgraduate work permit. So PGWP is a permit that will allow you to stay in Canada to work full-time. So after finishing your program, hindi ka uuwi ng Philippines, pwede ka pa magstay. So gaano ba katagal yung postgraduate work permit na makukuha mo in Canada? So if you study a 1-year program, you will get a postgraduate work permit. So if you study naman a 2-year program, so mostly international students get this program, makakakuha ka ng 3 years postgraduate work permit. So during this time, you can work full-time, no need to enroll in any educational institution. And in this duration, pwede kang makakuha ng full-time work experience that you can use when you apply for your permanent residency. So aside from PGWP and you can work while studying, you can also bring your dependents with you in Canada. So you can bring your spouse and common law partner. If magrantan sila ng visa, they can work full-time. So ikaw as a student, habang nag-aaral ka, you can do part-time work, but your spouse and common law partner can work full-time. So definitely makakatulong yan for your expenses, for your tuition fee in Canada. So for your children naman, you can also bring them. And if they're in elementary or in high school, they can study there for free. So here are the documents you need to start your application in Canada. So first, you need a valid passport, your academic transcript. So if graduate ka ng college, you need to present your college TOR and diploma. If graduate ka ng K-12, you need to present your junior high school and senior high school diploma and Form 137, and also the medium of instruction. So IELTS results is also needed, pero luckily, Fanshawe College and Centennial College waived their English proficiency requirement for Filipino students. So kahit wala kayong English proficiency test, you can apply with these schools. So, and for visa naman, meron tayong requirements then like birth certificate, certificate of employment, NBI, and police clearance. Okay, so this is the process you will take of becoming an international student in Canada. So first, you will do a one-on-one consultation with us. So in this stage, we will know ano ba yung mga goals nyo, what is your work experience, and also yung education background, so that we can recommend a program for you that fits on your background. So after natin na magkaroon ng one-on-one consultation, you will gather and submit your required documents. So yung mga documents nyo, no need to submit it to school, no need to email that to them. So ang gagawin nyo, you just need to submit it to us, and kami yung magpa-process ng school application nyo. So, and then we will apply you to a designated learning institution, and then wait for your letter of acceptance. Once you have your letter of acceptance, you can pay your tuition fee to secure your seat dun sa school. And after that, pwede na tayo mag-process ng visa application. So for visa application, you need to get a medical test. And with regards to requirements, ibibigay namin siya sa inyo after getting an LOA and makapagbayad kayo ng tuition fee. And after that, we will also assist you dun sa visa lodging. So there are two types of visa applications in Canada. So pwede ka lang mamili ng regular stream or study direct stream. So these streams will get you or will gain you a student permit kapag nag-apply ka, but different lang sila ng requirements. So for regular stream, you need to pay for your 1 semester tuition fee. But for study direct stream, you need to pay the whole 1 year tuition fee. So for regular stream also, you need to provide a proof of financial capacity. So this one, hindi to manggagaling sa own funds, no? So yes, you will provide your own bank account and bank certificate and bank statements, but you need to have a relative sponsor. So this one, ito dapat yung naman ng bank account nila. Equivalent dapat siya sa 1 year tuition fee and also yung 1 year living cost. But for study direct stream, no need to provide proof of financial capacity from sponsor. You just need to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So bakit ba 10,000? Because ito yung sinet ng IRCC na average living cost of an international student in Canada. So basically for study direct stream, covered mo na yung 1 whole year mo. So you already paid for your 1 year tuition fee and you also have a money or bank account worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So for regular stream, no need to submit IELTS. But for study direct stream, you need to have a result of 6.0 with no score lower than 6.0 on all competencies. So kanina, when we discuss yung school application for Fanshawe College and Centennial College, hindi naman kailangan mag-submit ng IELTS results. But if you're applying for a visa via study direct stream, you need to provide IELTS. So both streams, you need to have a letter of acceptance, proof of identity or your passport, and a study plan or statement of purpose. And the study plan is the letter you will create explaining bakit mo gusto mag-aral in Canada, ano ba yung mga goals mo, paano makakatulong yung education mo in Canada to have a better career dito sa Philippines. So don't worry if you're worrying how to create a study plan. Don't worry because tutulungan ka ni Kanata when you apply to your chosen school through us. So again, as I mentioned kanina, Kanata Educational Consultancy Services help students in applying for a school in Canada with no extra cost. Because we don't collect processing fee, we don't collect assistance fee, but to start the application, you need to pay 10,500 pesos. And don't worry, that one naman is consumable. Meaning, when we launch your application, when we submit your visa application, we will use that on your visa fee and biometrics fee. Because regardless whether you are doing it on DIY or meron kang agency, you need to pay for the 235 Canadian dollars for the visa fee and biometrics fee. So instead of you paying that amount, the 10,500 pesos that you paid for a deposit to start your application will be used for that. So, and again, these are the important documents you need to submit if you want to apply in Canada. So you need to prepare for your passport, your resume, your academic transcript, or your school documents, pay security deposit fee. And so if hindi pa kayo nakaka-follow dun sa social media accounts namin, and if you want to contact us, so you can visit our Facebook page, just search Kanata Education. You can also search us on Instagram, Kanata Education, and contact us and email through inquiries@kanataedu.com. So if you want to watch these webinars and yung mga past webinars pa namin, you can search Miss Catherine May on YouTube to watch videos, and of course marami kayong matututunan about studying in Canada if you watch her videos in YouTube. And that's the end of my presentation, and we can now proceed with the question and answer.
Thank you, Sir Francis. So the floor for Q&A is already open, so you can send your questions through the chat box, and we also send our link for our one-on-one consultation via Zoom. You can use this as you can book your schedules or your consultation with us. So
Okay.
I have a question here for the both schools, Renzo and Miss Ina. Um, how long or how many days does the processing for LOA take? Renzo?
Ayan, for Centennial College, usually 10 to 14 business days. Pero sa ngayon, medyo pwedeng mas tumagal pa kasi madami talaga nagsasabit ng application. So, kalma lang po tayo. Nagsabit tayo through Kanata, wait lang po natin talaga yung response ng admissions team.
All right, thank you. Miss Ina?
For Fanshawe College, 24 hours to 4 business
Wow.
days.
Competition.
Thank you. Sir Francis, do you have any questions?
Okay, may question si Katie. So, kanina Renzo discussed yung 1+1 program in Centennial College. So, she was asking if meron bang set of programs na yun dapat ba yung magka-partner or they can choose any postgraduate certificate programs in Centennial College.
Ayan, thank you, Francis. No? So, they can actually choose kahit anong, kahit ano. Dapat relevant to each other yung postgraduate natin. Okay, so wala tayong set, wala tayong bundle. Tayo pa rin yung magsasubmit ng paano ba sabihin, application natin na tayo mag-request na gusto natin 1+1. Basta ang grounds lang is dapat relevant to each other yung dalawang postgraduate. And syempre, hindi siya kasama dun sa program admission session. Which is naka-indicate naman sa website naman yung list kung ano yung mga kailangan ng ganun.
Okay, can you give example ng mga programs na related na postgraduate certificate in Centennial College?
Ayan, yung, for example, yung madalas na binibigay ko sa mga engineering graduates, mga civil engineer, is meron kaming project management as well as construction project management. So pareho silang 1 year. So lagi ko silang pinapa-apply for 1+1 para doon sa dalawang program para at least relevant na sila kaagad. Usually naman na-approve naman yung 1+1 na project management at saka construction project management. Yung isa din naman is pagdating sa business is kahit anong 1-year program na business tapos meron pa silang kinukuhang specialization. For example, nagtitake sila ng international business which is usually 1 year. Tapos yung +1 nila is sabihin na lang natin yung financial plan, financial services or may accounting na kinukuha. So, pwede rin yun. Basta at least same school sila, mataas yung chance. Pero if magta-take tayo ng sabihin natin hospitality program, sabihin natin events management na postgraduate, tapos yung isa is workplace wellness which is sa medicine, medyo malabo na po yun kasi hindi makikita ng admissions team namin yung relevancy kung bakit yung dalawang kukunin.
All right. Thanks, Renzo. And I know Ina in Fanshawe College, they also offer yung 1+1 programs.
Yes.
Can you discuss more about this for Fanshawe
Yeah,
College?
so I think it's the same as Centennials. You can choose 1+1 programs depending on your field. And also, for example, for the 1+1, you can actually apply for a 1+1 program dun sa initial application mo. And ano bang advantage nun pag nag 1+1 ka na in the initial application? First thing, at least secured yung seat mo for the second program. Kailangan mo lang tapusin yung first program before you can proceed to the second one. Second advantage would be in paying the deposit. Isang beses ka lang magbabayad ng deposit kahit dalawa yung programs mo. Third advantage, even if it's a 1+1 program, you only have to settle first semester tuition fee of the first program. Yung remaining tuition fee, it can be paid in Canada. And then the last one would be when you have your study permit approval and 1+1 na LOA that you used for lodging, covered na yung both programs ng study permit po. So you don't need to extend in Canada. So those are the things that you have to consider or you have to know when doing a 1+1. And also, just to add, siguro, in terms of choosing a 1+1, you are allowed to study continuously na 1+1. And minimum, ang maximum allowable break nyo is 4 months in between 2 programs. So if you study September, tapos may break ka, tapos another program for 4 months, so dapat hindi siya lalagpas ng 4 months kasi yun yung allowed for an international student in Canada.
Yes, and that is also considered a semester break, di ba, Miss Ina? So, meaning,
Yes.
before starting your second program in Fanshawe College, you can work full-time pa. So definitely makakasave ka ng money for your tuition fee and living costs. And at the same time, by finishing two one graduate certificate programs, equivalent yun sa 2 years na education. So meaning you will also get a postgraduate work permit of 3
Yes.
years.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Ina. Right? Right.
Yes. I have a question here from Janelle. So, isa-isahin ko na yung mga questions niya kasi I think sunod yung nasend niya. Pero, ito is, I think both schools have these programs na specifically for or specialized for finances. So, meron ba kayong mga postgraduate? They don't have, Janelle, they don't have any masteral, but they have postgraduates for finances, especially for finances. Renzo,
I'm sorry, pwede pa ulit yung question? Medyo choppy kasi.
sorry. Yung postgraduate for especially sa industry ng finance.
Okay, actually, thank you. Thank you, Roy. So, meron kami postgraduate under ng accounting and finance. So, we have financial planning, which is a 1-year and 2-semester program. Meron din naman kami financial services if ayaw mag 1 year na postgraduate, pero yun nga lang, post-secondary to. We also have accounting specialization, hanapin ko yung specific name niya, which is a 1-year program din na postgraduate. And then we also have bookkeeping, medyo relevant pa ba siya? Kasi yung ibang mga nagtitik ng financial planning, ito yung ginukuha nila na 1+1, which is bookkeeping, tapos yung isa, financial planning para 1+1 sila. And so, para mas mahanap natin yung specific programs na bagay sa inyo, mas better magpa-consult tayo sa Canada.
Thank you, Renzo. Miss Ina?
Okay, so in relation to finance, we have 1-year professional financial services program. If you want to do a 1+1, we have professional accounting. And if you want to, let's say, venture into international business, project management, operations, and we also have a 1-year program called customer relations and sales management. So if ever you will apply and you want to be a financial advisor in Canada, of course, sales is a good partner with that one. So you can do a 1+1 for those.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Ina and Renzo. Janelle, this is one of the best programs na available for Centennial and Fanshawe. Sir Francis?
Yes, someone asked on the chat box if meron bang age limit yung pag-aaral in Canada. So, Renzo, meron bang age limit when they try to apply in Centennial College?
Ayan, so sama ko na rin si Ina kasi same lang din naman kami. So pagdating po sa Canada, wala po tayong age limit. Okay? Contrary sa ibang English-speaking countries, sa amin po, hindi naman po medyo strict sa age limit. May effect siguro ito pagdating sa permanent residency application, pero mostly hindi naman. Okay, meron lang naman kaming age requirements which is at least 18 years old tsaka K-12 graduate para mapag-aral sa Centennial College. For example, meron kaming kilala ka ng oldest student para sa akin na nabutan ko. 52 years old po siya noong 2019. Nag-take po siya ng early child education program. So ayan, so madami tayong opportunity pa rin para mag-take ng pathway papunta sa Canada kahit ilang taon na po tayo. Pero syempre, dito po papasok yung CV ng agency para malaman nyo kung paano po natin gagawin yung permanent residency pathway natin kasi medyo mag-iiba yun pag medyo matanda rin tayo. Pero pagdating naman sa school application, wala pong problema pagdating sa age limit.
Alright. Ina?
Yeah, so same din naman. We have actually in Canada for Filipino students, majority talaga ay mature students going to Canada for international studies. Same with other probably markets such as Brazil, Mexico, even Europe, talagang mature students yung international students sa mga schools namin. So don't worry if you are a mature student.
Yes, and I just want to share last year, September 2022 intake, we have a student that is already 50 years old and hindi postgraduate certificate program yung tinake. It's a diploma course, and she was able to get a approval, and nandun na siya sa Canada. Nagsa-start na siya mag-aral doon. So if yung iba nag-worry, nasa 40s na daw sila. So no need to worry, because as long as you can explain your reasons why you will study in Canada, and itong yung program na napili nyo, wala naman impossible. So you can still apply, we can still lodge your visa application, and possible makakuha tayo ng approval and makapunta kayo in Canada as early as September 2023. Because for May, medyo mahirap na. All students usually nag-aantay na lang ng visa decision. But for September 2023, marami pang open na programs in Centennial College and also sa Fanshawe.
All right. I have a question here, more of our assistance. So if we do assist open work permit or dependents, and also if we have remote offices from, I think, from Davao and from Cebu. So we don't have any office from Cebu and Davao as of now. Wala kaming office doon, but we can assist you via online, via email, via call, or many of the social media messaging platform that we use in digital age ngayon. So doon naman we can contact and assist you. So hindi kailangan na pumunta ng personal sa offices para maka-assist. And then for dependents and processing ng dependents, we process dependents din naman. So una-una para ma-assess namin yung qualifications nyo and your status, we suggest to book a consultation, one-on-one consultation with us para mabigay namin or ma-assist ka namin, depends on your qualifications and status. So and then one thing is, if I lost my college diploma, anong pwedeng document na kapalit? So for Centennial and Fanshawe, ano ba yung pwede na yung gamitin? Renzo?
Okay na. So for Centennial naman, if hindi po natin makuha yung documents natin or meron nang walang documents, for diploma, you can submit your certificate of completion or certificate of graduation. If wala talaga, then we highly suggest you contact DepEd or CHED, and they usually naman nakukuha nyo pa rin naman yung documents yung nawawala. So wala talaga tayong kawala if kulang yung requirements natin, kasi hindi po nagpa-process yung admission system natin kapag incomplete po yung requirements.
Mizina?
For Fanshawe, it's the same. So we accept certificate of graduation and also certificate of completion from your school, or if not the school, if close na yung school mo, pwedeng DepEd or CHED.
Yes, and
Okay.
share ko na lang, because may reason din bakit nila hinahanap yung diploma nyo and your Form 137, because part of the assessment na ginagawa ng schools is to check yung mga subjects, because di ba, Ina and Renzo, may mga prerequisite subjects na
Yes.
required, yung mga programs. That's why kailangan talaga nila makita yung school documents. So I'm sure if sa school nyo, definitely may copy pa yan sila. And if wala na talaga, nag-close yung school, as Renzo mentioned, you can contact DepEd or CHED to get your certificate and copy of grades. Because marami naman talagang nag-further studies, not only in the Philippines, but also abroad.
Okay, I just want to add lang dun sa the documents. So it's very easy for the documents. You just have to send us your clear scan copy of the documents. You don't have to authenticate it or red ribbon. So hindi natin kailangan yon. Very easy lang. Clear scan copy, walang putol na edges, readable. Yun lang ang kailangan ng schools and the embassy. So, Sir Francis?
Yes, and I also want to add lang to those attendees na from Cebu, from Davao, so, na medyo malayo sa Metro Manila. So, possible para na ma-assist kayo ni Kanata, because in Canada, and in school application and in visa application, this will be done online. So, basta meron kayong internet or computer, we can process your school application. And we have a lot of students na from Mindanao and Visayas na personally hindi namin talaga nakita. All we do is through email or Zoom, pero they were able to get to Canada. And since nag-start yung pandemic, parang ito na talaga yung normal. All communications will be done via phone, via WhatsApp, Viber, Zoom, email. And the only time na kailangan nyo talagang umalis ng house nyo is pag magpapa-medicals na kayo kasi hindi naman pwede siya gawin remote, and also the biometrics. So for students from Cebu, luckily meron doon, pwede kayo doon magpa-medicals. Meron mga partner clinics ang IRCC in Cebu, also in Davao, Baguio. But for biometrics, that's the only time na you need to travel to Manila or Cebu. So if taga Davao ka and na-launch na yung visa application, no, and you need to do your biometrics, you will travel to Manila or Cebu for your biometrics. But even though hindi tayo nagkita personally, we can still assist and help you on your dream na makapunta ng Canada.
All right. Speaking of assistance, I just want to clarify to everyone who is here at the Zoom, we don't collect any processing fees or any assistance fees. You just have to pay us or a deposit of 10,500 pesos for the student that would be consumable. So we don't collect any consultation fees. So the consultation is free, the inquiries are free. So
Yes.
free lahat. So you can
Yes,
book
and
your
it's
consultation
unlimited.
calls.
Yeah.
Yes, unlimited pa. So any questions from your side, Sir Francis?
Okay, so may nag-ask about sponsorship. So as I mentioned kanina, for regular stream, if you will apply for a student permit via regular stream, you need a sponsor that will provide yung show money or proof of funds. So sino-sino ba yung pwedeng sponsor? So to have a strong application on your visa, so your sponsor should be a blood relative. So pwedeng parent, kapatid, uncle, pinsan, pwede siyang mag-sponsor sa'yo because aside from proof of funds or show money, you also need to provide proof of relationship. So if yung magiging sponsor nyo is like, for example, family friend, so definitely medyo mahina yung magiging application in a way because you can't provide any proof of relationship. So I'm not saying na bawal yung family friend, but if yung mag-sponsor sa'yo is relative, meron talaga siyang reason to help you and to give money or gumastos ng pera for your education and living costs in Canada. That's why we recommend na yung magiging sponsor nyo is a blood relative or related talaga sa inyo. Okay, Sir Roy?
We have questions here for related scholarship. So as mentioned by their school representative, they have some certain bursaries that you can apply to. So meron dyan yung 1+1 scholarships, and then yung scholarships na for varsities or more of dun na kasi i-apply. So wala silang walang entry scholarship. So and then
yes, add ko na lang rin, Sir Roy,
yes.
regarding dun sa sponsorship. So, as I mentioned kanina, your sponsor should have a proof of funds amounting to 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living cost. So, wala namang nakaset na specific amount. So, it will really depend on the yearly tuition fee dun sa napili mong program plus 10,000 Canadian dollars. Even and yung magiging sponsor nyo, kahit wala sila sa Canada, pwede. So kung nasa Canada sila, pwede. But anywhere in the world, as long as they can provide you yung affidavit of support, proof of relationship, and also yung proof of funds via bank statement and bank certificate, they can sponsor you. Hindi lang dapat nasa Canada or nasa Toronto or nasa London, Ontario, yung magiging sponsor. Okay? So again, to those who want to have a one-on-one consultation with our counselors, nandito sa chat box yung link wherein you can book your appointment, and we are happy to assist your application, and before tayo mag-apply sa school, mas maganda na magkaroon tayo ng assessment and consultation to know more about you, to know more ano ba yung program na pwede nyo enrollan or applyan in Canada. I think pwede tayo mag-last questions, alright?
Yes. Any
Meron ba on
other?
your end?
So far, wala na.
Okay.
Wala na questions on my end. And just to clarify lang din, yung consultation, you can book your consultation na on the link para ma-assist ka namin, and we can help you apply with the schools here na nag-present earlier. So, um, yes, you can, meron pa isa pahabol, personal consultation. Yes, you can walk into our office in Makati if you want a personal consultation or one-on-one consultation face-to-face. So, pwede naman. You can walk into our office. So, I think that's it. And
Yes. Roy, sorry, may bahaba lang. For
yes.
SDS stream or yung study direct stream, no need na po ba mag-provide ng proof of funds like bank statements here in the Philippines or sponsor? So yes, for study direct stream, all you need to provide is yung tuition fee receipt nyo for 1 year and also yung GIC or Guaranteed Investment Certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. Okay? So, Roy?
Yes. For PR questions, with Ivy, she's asking kung magagamit ba yung lahat ng programs for PR. So, PR is a different story or different topic. Pero kasi lahat naman ng programs are related or pwede magamit for your PR pathway. So, definitely you will know this once na nasa Canada ka na, and both Centennial and Fanshawe have in-house consultants na pwede mag-assist or pwede mo mapagtanungan sa mga concerns mo with your PR. So, I think that's it, Sir Francis. You can.
Again, Kanata Educational Consultancy Services provides free assessment and free consultation to all applicants. So, and we don't collect any processing fees or assistance fee to any applicants who wants to apply in Canada. But syempre, you need to prepare money for your medicals, you need money to prepare for your tuition fee, and also yung proof of funds from your sponsors. So again, good. And of course, I want to thank Miss Ina from Fanshawe College and also Renzo from Centennial College for spending time with us to discuss more about your schools and answering questions from the attendants.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Thank you so much for everyone who joined the Zoom meeting, and hope you have a happy weekend.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Miss Ina. Thank you, Renzo.
Bye, Ina. Bye, Renzo.